welcome everybody. Hello, hello, it's Andrea Caprio. Welcome to my Habits Builder webinar masterclass. I am so happy to see you here. I see some familiar faces. Jackie, welcome. I'm so glad that you could make it. Yes, I know. Really great.
My sister, Janet.
Hi, Janet. Great, Janet, to have you too. And then we have Gloria and Vicky, and I think we have some other people coming. I give it a couple of moments here if somebody wants to join. I know we had a little bit an issue with some time setting. I don't know why, but anyway, you are here and that's all that counts. Now I've prepared a really nice webinar. It's a new webinar. I have been running some other webinars in the masterclasses in the past. And today I thought I get very often the question from clients or people around me who come and see me and kind of say like, I really struggle with implementing habits that last, right? And if that is you, you can in the chat say it's me or I'm struggling, or maybe even tell me where you're from and what brings you to the webinar. What is what you want to get out of the webinar, of the masterclass? So if you look here, there is a chat. There are either it's written more or 3 little dots. And if you click there, there's a chat, and then you can always write in the chat if you have any questions, or I will ask you from time to time maybe to comment or share anything. So feel free to do so. So where are you from and what brings you today to our masterclass? So this is a masterclass which is called Habits Builder Masterclass. So all obviously around habits, as you can imagine. Right, now I just want to make sure, can you all see me? And also, can you hear me? That I want also to make sure. Right, great. Good, Jackie and Janet from Desert Southwest, great, super. Good, right. Now I have even prepared some slides, which I hope I will work. Only thing, I sometimes struggle with my computer. So should I see that that slows my computer down too much, then I will let you know. You will let me know and I might have to stop them. Tell me if you can see in my screen also or if you can see my screen rather. Just put that on bottom here.
Yes, we can see it. Looks good.
Okay, great. Super, super wonderful. Okay, great. But then let's get started. So welcome again to my Habits Builder Masterclass, where I today want to talk really about habits. So if you have ever set up a goal and not been able to meet it, you can definitely say that you are at the right table here, right? Or at the right screen. If you have really been struggling and tried everything and nothing seems to work, a lot of people see me and they have been trying to implement basically diet after diet and they're really struggling. You are also at the right place, right? And of course, if you want to know what works for you, I see always in the diet industry, there's far too much cookie cutter approach, right? One size fits all, one diet for everybody, and it just doesn't work, right? We have too many people, they need a specialized approach. And I always say, we have everybody has a bag of willpower with coins of willpower in. And when we take them out, right, and we use up all those coins of willpower, we don't have any. And then what do we do with restrictive dieting, right? So I wonder who has had any of those issues. And Vicky, welcome. You are from London, Ontario. Wow, Canada. Must be cold, getting cold there. And you want better movement habits. Great. Definitely, Vicky, we're going to speak about movement during the webinar and how to implement this. And for Jackie, you want to have forming better habits for eating on a schedule. So we will talk about that as well. And I don't know, Gloria, if you also want to share maybe what you want to get out. So I can tailor make it for you as well, right? That's all what I'm trying to do, give you this really special attention here that you need. So if you're struggling, of course, you are right here. And what I want to share with you today is, first of all, why you have been struggling to achieve your goals, why habits are so important, which habits to focus on, and what makes habits really successful. So I'm sure you wonder that. And by the way, before I forget, and I will share this with you here in the chat, you have gotten in the email, I don't know if you saw it, if not, I will share it with you. You had access to the Habits Builder workbook, which I want you now to open. I will share that in the chat. Just do that. Here you go. So if you don't have it yet, please do open it. We definitely want to use it a little bit during the webinar, and also you want to use it after. So keep the link somewhere safe so you can download it and keep it and use it after. I will also share in a couple of other resources I like using and I thought come in handy. So these are little extra gifts for you, and you will have all the links in the Habits Builder workbook, right? So when you click on that link that you see in there, it says somewhere download the workbook. So just click on it and it gives you directly access to the PDF. And in the PDF, then we can go through it while I do the masterclass. And you can also then have the other links to those special gifts that kind of fit in well here. And you might have also gotten some of the sign-up bonuses. There were a couple of sign-up bonuses, so in case, obviously, use them as well. Now, we will cover, especially today, the 5 habits or how to build 5 habits that are really important for weight loss, for healthy living, but quite honestly, for many other habits or many other goals as well. So we will speak specifically around eating, sleeping, mindfulness, mood, and exercise, and how to form habits around there. So how does that sound for you? So a quick intro, those who don't know me, I'm Andrea Caprio. I'm a Master Certified Transformational Nutrition Coach, and I have specialized working with so many people over many, many years now. I've worked with hundreds of people, mostly women, so I really specialize in working mostly with women. From time to time, I have men working with me, but I have specialized in weight loss and emotional eating. I have several specializations and expertise in things like hormonal health, digestive health, diabetes, autoimmune diseases. But I saw that most people who come and see me usually want to lose weight and usually struggle mostly with emotional eating and cravings. And that is why today I put this habits workshop together. And it's more of a workshop, I would say, to really help you with implementing healthy habits that help you to achieve your weight, health, or emotional eating goals. Right, now let's get started. So I just wanted to share, a little feedback here from one of my clients, Amy. She worked with me in 2019. And I know Jackie has also been working with me a long time ago. It's like it was right in the beginning when I started, I think, or shortly after. No, it was a few years after. But usually clients who work with me and whom I work, especially I tell you a little bit more about later. I have a special approach that's called Food Freedom Formula. And there are 5 steps, which is really the kind of way I work with all my clients. And I've developed working many years with them. And the habits is actually building the habits is the 4th steps of the 5 steps I work. I will tell you a little bit later all about it, but it's really important to know that I have a certain way of working with my clients, which is a very personalized, but a very holistic way. And I find really building on all those different building blocks makes it simple for my clients and makes it effective. Because in the end, working with my clients, usually I work around 6 months with them, and they lose between, depends obviously, you know, where they're at, but between 20 to 50 pounds or so. But not only that, they improve their health issues, and they also improve their happiness, right? How they, you know, the confidence, and obviously overcome emotional eating, and some of, you know, the other health issues like diabetes, high blood sugar, high blood pressure, whatever it is. But now, before we get started, I want to talk about you. So think about any bad habits that you wish actually to change, or you want to improve. Or maybe you have some habits that you kind of developed over time, right? And that you want to address, or you want certain goals. Or think about what is the goal actually that you want to achieve, right? When we want to achieve, or when we want to get to new habits, it's really about getting clear of what is the goal, right, in there. I mean, just developing habits just like this is not really very helpful. So you want really also to think, are there any health issues involved? And you want to build maybe habits around that, obviously weight loss. Or you might even struggle maybe mentally or emotionally or so. So I would love to know, if you're ready to share, please share again in the chat. What are the goals? What are really for you? What is important for you that you would want to develop new habits? So you can share that in the chat. I would love to know that. And Gloria, yes, I know, absolutely. So if possible, Gloria, no problem that you're not on the camera, but maybe you can in the chat always share a little bit. That would be really great. Super. Good. So I just need to get something. Okay, great. So now while you write that, let's also see what applies to you, right? Is it that maybe you are tired, that you're moody, that you have no energy, weight issues, or whatever it is? So let me know what actually applies to you as well. That would be really, really great. So Jackie is sharing. Thank you so much for sharing. And I guess it's Jackie and Janet together, so I include you as well, that they would like to build better habits around scheduled movement, eating on a schedule, and getting rid of late night snacking. That's really great. Now, what's really important, Jackie and Janet, sorry, that you not only speak about, or think rather about, the habits, but why do you want to have those? So what is it that you want to, you know, get out of doing those habits? So you can think about, you know, when you have scheduled movement, when you're eating on a schedule and getting rid of late night snacking, what is the ultimate goal you want to achieve? Lose weight, absolutely, right? Feel better, maybe some other goals. Now, I like always to ask the why of the why of the why of the why, right? Now, why do you want to lose weight? And you can share or think about it on your own as you want. I mean, I don't oblige anybody. Vicky, thank you so much for sharing. It's in a direct message. It's not seeable for everybody. So I don't know if you want to share it or not. Right. So Jackie, gaining more energy in the afternoon. Right. All right. Now the energy in the afternoon, what will that allow you, right, to do? Will you be able to run around with your children, with your grandchildren? Will you be able to show up better at work? Will you be able maybe to pursue a hobby, be around for your significant other, or form relationships, or whatever it is? So Vicky, she wants to sit and knit, or sorry, I didn't get that. Sorry. So Vicky wants to move rather than sit or knit or play on an iPad. I like that. So moving, really great. So Vicky, for you also, why do you want to do that, right? become healthier, to become, I don't know, live until 110 years old, or whatever it is, right? I don't know, whatever your goals are, we don't know. So it's really, really important to think about it. And then I, also get clear what you're struggling with, why you're here actually. So now let's go a little bit more into it. Now I'm going to speak about 5 distinct areas on where we want to, I like that, Vicky, 110 would be better. I agree, you're my girl. But we want to do this healthily, right? We want to live until 100 or 110, but healthily, right? I mean, I don't want, I see quite honestly some like parents around me, and I lost, unfortunately, my mom last year. And, there's some things, I want to be, yes, 100, 110, but with a good energy, right? So we speak about those different habits in the different areas. So it's basically exercise, mindfulness, sleeping, mood goals, and exercise and movement goals, right? So we are really looking about these and want to make sure. So what I would like you to do, and you can go now maybe in your own Habits Builder workbook, and in there you find a section, let me quickly check on which page that is. It's page 5. I have so many links here open and so many windows open to get everything here. So you can write down in your workbook, what are your goals in those areas, right? So for example, in the eating one, your goal to develop an eating habit is to lose weight. Okay, for example, I'm just saying yours could be something different, right? It might be that you have high blood pressure and eating healthily might help you to lower that blood pressure, whatever it is, right? The mindfulness, right? Why do you want to develop a habit, a mindfulness habit, right? The goal is maybe stress, right? You want to improve your stress levels because you're running like a headless chicken the whole day and you're super stressed. So maybe meditation might be a habit that you want to implement so you're a little bit more relaxed or more focused. Same with sleeping. Why do you want to sleep better? Most probably to have more energy, right? In the morning, maybe you're waking up crumbly and whatever, so you want to have more energy or whatever it is. Same for your mood goals. Why do you want to have habits around improving your mood, right? And I will show you later how to do so, probably to be happier, right? Or whatever ticks for you, you have your own. And then fitness is maybe you want to run a marathon, or you want to play with your little ones or your grandchildren or whatever it is. So think really about what it is that you want to do those habits in those 5 fields. If you want to share, feel free. If not, just write it on your in your workbook. Right. Now let's work around those habits. So let's speak about eating and hydrating habits. I actually want to go a little bit in my workbook here. Right. Now, you know now the goals. So important, of course, is to eat healthy. I mean, we kind of all know that, right? But it's not as easy. All of my clients are super clever women. They are amazing. They usually know what they should be doing, but they don't do it necessarily, right? Because life is busy, life gets in our way, self-sabotage, mindset, whatever it is, it is. Now, of course, we want to start with eating habits and also hydration habits. I put those together and I could probably have separated them, but did you know that very often we actually think we are hungry, but we are actually thirsty? So that would be a first habit, right there, right now. I want to make that really practical. So for example, here you could definitely say, fine, each time I'm actually snacking, I first of all have a glass of water. If I'm overeating on a regular basis, I might want to check if I'm drinking enough, right? So you want to do a check and measure over some time. Are you drinking enough water the whole day? And when I say water, I mean water Herbal teas, green teas, not coffee, not fruit juices, but it's really water, herbal teas, green teas, that kind of falls under the water spectrum. And ideally, you want approximately to have 64 ounces a day. More, there is a little bit more complicated formula, but let's keep it like this to make things simple and easy. So if you're not drinking that on a regular level or regular time, then you might want to check into that. And you could start, for example, to say, I drink 8 glasses of water every day. And you can write it down like you see here. Like you see in your workbook, it's actually on page 6. So you could write that down and track it. You could also look into your eating a balanced meal. So you want to have a balanced meal of protein, fiber, which is usually vegetable, healthy fat, and you definitely don't want to have too many carbs. Most people have too many carbs in the form of sugar or cereals or grains or starchy vegetables as well. So you want, or starches in general. So you want to be a little bit careful and make sure you have a good balance. So also there, it's important to set some realistic goals. If you have been eating every day at McDonald's, suddenly going out and having 3 super gourmet cooked meals with only vegetables and healthy food in there might be a little bit a stretch. But you could simply start and say, each breakfast I add a smoothie, or each meal I make sure I eat at least 1 vegetable, or I start maybe improving my lunches or the snacks or whatever it is. So you want to set yourself some realistic goals. And then you want definitely to keep a record of your daily meals and snacks and track and monitor that. Because in the end, when you track and monitor and ideally get maybe some accountability in form of a coach who checks on this and is behind you and helps you with this, that's really, really super helpful. So if you can do that. By the way, also in your workbook, you have a free meal plan and some recipes. The links are in there. So water, making sure you eat more balanced meals, implementing small little habits into your daily eating plan, right? Planning your food as well, right? I'm big on meal planning. So starting to meal plan in advance, the day before or on the weekend, preparing maybe meal prepping in advance, make far more sure that you're actually sticking to what you want to eat, right? Than just coming home after work, being tired, being, hectic and whatever, and then eating whatever you want to eat. And it's not always the best choice, right? Tracking and reviewing and then improving on that. You also want to check your kitchen. Do you have unhealthy ingredients? So maybe you want to get rid of them. You want to prepare maybe healthy snacks for work or so. Make also sure you have regular meals. So you want to plan them regularly and have a regular meal habit or regular eating habit. It doesn't mean to eat the whole day, but say I have 3 meals and 2 snacks or so, and you plan for them. So planning is super important in there. So you could have a little habit around meal planning. So question for me, or for you, from me is, what is the one habit around eating and hydration that you are ready to implement? Again, share them in the chat, please. And while you do so, I will have a water and I invite you to do as well. Great. Okay, I actually see interesting things here. Right, now let's talk about the next habit here. So these are the free resources, by the way. And let's go to the next one, and that's sleeping habit, right? So again, you have that also in your workbook on page 10 if you want to go a little bit deeper into it. So sleeping is really important. And ideally, we want to sleep 8 hours, minimum 7, 7.5. I in general would like to rather recommend 8 hours or even 9 hours. There's obviously a little bit, but it should be good quality sleep. Now it's really super important to have a regular bedtime with there. Ideally, you want to get to bed somewhere around 10 o'clock, can be 9, can be 11, but getting to bed on a regular level at midnight or after midnight also is usually not great. Now, of course, I do know some people work, shifts or so. There is unfortunately no choice. But if you have a choice, you want to keep it regular and not make it too late. You want also to develop a sleep habit, right? Basically a sleep routine. That could be, and that depends on you. It could be a meditation. It could be run a bath. It could be maybe journaling. A really great thing would be to plan your next day, right? Often we think the whole night about, oh, what do I need to do tomorrow? Oh, I have not to forget this. I don't know if it's about you, but if I don't write things down, I'm like, oh, panic, I might forget. Oh, damn, I have to call my client or whatever it is, right? So it's very important to have a sleep routine, journaling, meditating, going on a walk, breathing exercises, doing your next day's plan, or whatever it is that helps you. So make again a habit around your sleep. When do you do it, right? You want also to put down your electronics, ideally 2 hours before sleeping, because of the blue light emitted. I see like funny faces here, right? I got you, I know it. And what I'm doing is actually, I have like here all the blue light from the electronics. So that's not necessarily what you want to do. You want to cut down. There is, by the way, oh, I can share you this one. Let's just get this. I don't know if you see this. These are yellow glasses. I hope you see them. And I can actually, sorry, do that quickly. And I can put them on my glasses here, right? And they basically transform the blue light into green light, and it's better for you for sleep. You have these as well as just normal glasses, but I need, seeing glasses. So I have the clip ones. They're really great, but ideally you want to get off and maybe take rather a book or something like that. Your bedroom should be for the 2 S's, sleep and sex, by the way. Ideally should not have any electronics, TV or anything else in an ideal world. So what is your sleep habit? And again, in the workbook, you have a way of tracking your sleep, when you wake up, your bedtime routine, any sleeping issues, and you can maybe check in after a week or so, and maybe you see a pattern and then you can work on it, right? That's really the way we do with habits, is we start very small with small little habits. So also quick thing, when you start new habits, always start small. It's called Tiny Habits. It's a book called Tiny Habits, by the way. I do that with my clients where we really work on implementing small little habits and then we build on it. So instead of doing an hour meditation, rather opt for doing 1 minute meditation, but make sure you do it every day. And then once you do it every day, you can then do it 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and then get to your 1 hour if you want that, right? It's a long time hour, but it's better to do a 1 minute meditation than none at all. So that's your sleeping habit. So I just want to share, if you want maybe to share, what is the one habit that you are ready to commit to implement here and be held accountable, right? Very forceful as well, writing down things and having other people that hold you accountable. That's why coaching works so good. And that's why in all our coaching programs, especially my group coaching program, I have a huge amount around accountability and habits implementation. We have a special thing, actually, I'm going to share a little bit more later about it, but we have a special thing where we have a platform where we check in with our clients and we can, have food tracking and other things tracking, and we can hold them accountable. So, right. So let's see, Jackie. Okay, so Jackie wants to implement water. That's really good. I guess, is that also for Janet? Great, so water. And for Gloria is a sleeping habit. Now, what is, Gloria, what is for you a habit around sleeping that you want to implement that helps you to sleep better. So first of all, you could say, and I'm just making up something, like every day at 9 o'clock, I start my sleep routine. I do a 5 minutes meditation, and then I journal for 15 minutes, and then I go to bed and I put my light off. So my light is off at whatever, 9:30 or 10 o'clock or whatever it is, right? Something like that. Going back to the tiny habits, when you do that, a really great idea is always, and that is for every habit that you start, every new habit or a replacement habit. Normally, ideally, you want to have a trigger. And that's something I really teach my clients. So it's really great stuff. You want to listen to that. So you basically have a trigger that sets off the habit. So for example, you could say, every day after I have eaten my dinner and I put away my dishes, and I put away my dishes in the cupboard, I sit down on my table and I meditate 5 minutes, and then I journal before going to bed, right? And then I celebrate, yoo-hoo, or yippee, or whatever your way of celebration is. For the water, for example, just to go back onto that, you could set yourself an alarm, and the trigger is the alarm. So you set yourself an alarm to every hour. Or you can say, each time I go to the bathroom and after I close the tap, after I wash my hands and I close the tap, I drink 1 glass of water. And I celebrate, yippee, or I do a happy dance or whatever it is, right? Okay, so something like that. So it's important, the trigger, the tiniest habit, right? You could do, okay, I'll tell you about the exercise when we are there. Tiniest habit, really something that you're sure you can do every day, and then your celebration. Because basically you rewire your mindset around that, where, oh my goodness, you know what, I just realized that I have not, sorry, hold on 1 second. I think I have not, I've not recorded this here. Oh no, don't tell me. Sorry, I'm just looking at it. Give me 1 second. Sorry for that. I just saw this here. No, I did. Okay, sorry. I thought I just didn't see my recording thing here, and I thought I forgot it because it happened to me. So each time, you have something like the going to the bathroom or ringing the alarm or whatever, you have the habit, you do the habit, you have the trigger, you do the habit, and you celebrate. The celebration basically triggers your dopamine. And basically you have, a dopamine up surge in your brain, and dopamine makes us happy. Now, when we are happy, we obviously want more of that, right? It's a bit when you eat, dopamine, sugar or so, normally that brings your dopamine up. When somebody does drugs or alcohol, same thing, right? Doesn't matter what it is, but it's basically we're craving the dopamine. Now, if you always have the same habit to get your dopamine up because you celebrate, then eventually your brain craves the habit. Okay, I let that set in. So basically we are reversing what happened with your unhealthy habits, right? Let's assume you eat sugar, right? Chocolate, let's say, or whatever it is, your kind of little pleasure or so when you're emotionally down, basically is there to bring up the dopamine, right? And your brain craves the action, eating the sugar, the chocolate. Now we are doing exactly the same, but we do it with something healthy. Wow. That's probably the best you can take away from today's masterclass, by the way. It's really stuff I normally share only with my clients. So you're lucky you have it here, and use that. So use it for everything, right? It's really, really powerful. When I learned that, I was like, oh, wow. Great. Let's see. So we have the sleeping habit, Jackie, regular bedtime. Okay, of course, yes. When you have work schedules, it is variable, but maybe you can work with it a little bit and do some tweaks there, right? So great. Right, now we have the sleeping habit. I'm sure we have that. And now let's do the mindfulness habit. Now, the mindfulness habit is a bit similar, kind of, or can be similar with sleep, but in this case, I want more to go into really, being clear that mindfulness in your day-to-day is really, really important. So it's not only about meditation, for example, right? It's also eating mindfully. For example, if you eat and you just kind of are, on your phone here or TV or whatever you might be doing while eating, is something you're not present, right? Mindfulness is all about present. That can be exercise, right? While you do exercise, be present. While you engage with people, be present. Be mindful about what you do, how you do it, and all that. So that is really, really important. So you can really, implement in your day-to-day more mindfulness, and that can be meditation. It could be breathing, just by breathing a little bit deeper, taking maybe every hour, having again your alarm or so, and just take 3 deep breaths. I just want to do that quickly with you. So just put yourself like a little bit comfortable if you can, of course, and just let's take 3 deep breaths. So count 8 in and 8 out. Okay, so there will be slow breath, and just focus on how the air enters and how the air goes out slowly. So let's do that. So 8 in, 8 out. Okay, and we do that 3 times. So just, and through your nose, sorry. So let's start with the in breath. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last one. Out. Great. And release, and just continue breathing normally. So what we've just done is we've just relaxed our breathing, right? Focusing just 3 quick breaths, and you can play around with this. There's box breathing. There's so many breathing ways, and they're really great. And this can give you a little bit of mindfulness. Just focus on your breathing, right? It calms you down. It focuses you. It gives you usually productivity boost. It helps you with stress. It helps you often with anxiety or something like that. Eating more mindfully, I mentioned that. Engaging, gratitude is also something I mentioned already earlier, journaling. And you again here, monitor and keep a record in your journal about every day what mindful activity did you practice and how are you feeling after. So plan some mindfulness, maybe just one exercise, or you can have each day a different one, up to you. Check out the workbook. There are a couple of ideas there. And then keep track for a week or so and just see how that changes, right? You will probably be happier and feel far more relaxed. And by the way, in your workbook, you will find the mindful eating exercises, which is a small little ebook I put together, really great actually, that teaches you how to eat mindfully. And if you do that, I can tell you, there is no reason you are not going to lose weight. Mindful eating is one of the best practices I recommend my clients, and I've seen literally people dropping 20 pounds with us just doing that, because when you eat mindfully, you usually take longer, and by the time you are finished with your eating but then by the time your stomach actually registers that it's full, and then you eat less, right? Really, really powerful. Plus, it's very good for your digestive system and so on. I don't want to go too deep into this now. It's not part of this webinar. It's another one, but definitely very good mindful eating. So you want to check that out and print it and exercise it. So what is your mindfulness habit that you're ready to implement? So share that, please, again, in the chat, and obviously write it down in your workbook as well. So you, after our masterclass, you're still remembering and you are going to implement it, right? Great. And now let's go to the next one, and that's mood. Now, we all have times our mood is a little bit up and down. I must say, on Monday, I had like one of those down days. It happens for me like once a month or so. I don't have my period anymore, so it can't be related to it. But, we all have our lows or so, but we can work on it. And again, tiny habits can work with us. So you definitely want to support your healthy mood. And I think mood is a lot about being proactive. So for example, exercise is really a good mood booster. So if you regularly exercise, you definitely would improve your mood. I have every day my exercise, right? I have a really great online program I use that I can do exercise from home. I do normally a half an hour. I started with 5 minutes because what's great, they have like 5 minutes to an hour. And I started with 5-10 minutes. Now I do half an hour, right? I increased it. I do it every day. I normally have 2 days per week where I just walk. And additionally, I walk on the other days often as well. And that really for me is one of the best mood boosters. Eating, of course, eating right for your mood. Making sure, for example, you include enough protein is very helpful. Your blood sugar depends on this, or rather, if we eat too many carbohydrates, the blood sugar is affected and has this up and down and up and down. And obviously, when the blood sugar drops, it's usually that affects our mood negatively. And then, we get a pick me up, we feel good. Obviously, then after we feel guilty, and then anywhere the blood sugar goes down. And like this, we spend our day up and down. And that's super stressful, additionally to all the other stuff we have already ongoing in our life. So protein is good. Checking out your gut bacteria, making sure you eat the right foods for your gut bacteria, hugely. Serotonin is actually produced 70% in your gut, even a little bit more than 70%. So super important, of course. Practicing gratitude, again, very good for your mood. Going out in the light, getting enough vitamin D, very important. So going in every morning, 15 minutes in the sun is really a good idea. Or making sure you have enough vitamin D, if not supplemented. By the way, apparently, not that I give any advice on there, but also good for your immune system. I will not go any deeper into that right now. And of course, social connections are very important. And sometimes when we feel a little bit low, we kind of rather, go inwards. That's exactly when you should go outwards. I just went up, I was in Milan, I came back today with my husband, and we went out every night. I must say, I'm actually dead tired tonight. I literally drove back quite long, and we met up with people when we moved to Italy. We moved right when COVID started, so it was a bit difficult for us to get to know many people here. So I really tanked up on my social, reservoir, social tank. So track your mood. And again, in the workbook, you have a mood tracker, and see a little bit, what do you do, right? How is your mood? Check in with yourself, build a morning routine. The evening routine we had already, equally important, right? And check on all those things that you can improve, right? There are so many things. And again, here you have a couple of freebies for you that I added here. One is the meditation technique. It's a little ebook, and some routines to reduce stress as well. Great. And a little water for you. That is the cue also to drink some water before our last point. And then I have a couple of more things and surprises for you. So stay tuned. How are you doing? How do you like that so far? Interesting? You like the ideas? Is it helpful? Will you do what you said you will? Great, super. Good. Let's talk about exercises. Now, great. Thank you, Gloria. Great. So exercise, I mentioned already earlier one thing. Now, we all are at a different exercise level, and I assume maybe that you're not exercising as much, if that's a habit that you want to increase or improve or build. But the big tip for exercise is, unless you're a marathon runner already or whatever, is really to start small. I mentioned earlier, to drink only one glass of water or do one thing. you know, again, I have this one thing, it was actually quite nice. I had one of my clients, she had not done any exercise, so hardly any. And we started off with one squat each time she went to the bathroom. So it was the same tiny habits. Each time after I flushed the toilet, after I've been to the bathroom, I do one squat. Guess what? After some couple of weeks, she was at 30 squats each time she went to the bathroom. Right now, I don't remember how often she went to the bathroom, but it was several times per day. And you can do your maths, right? So that's how she built up. And then she added bicycle later, etc., etc. So just start with one squat, right? Or whatever you want to do. And again, like I said, with the tiny habits, each time I do the trigger, I do my exercise, and I celebrate, yippee, or whatever it is. So that's the one idea. The other idea around exercise is to find exercise you enjoy. Most people think they hate or find exercise boring or whatever it is, right? But it's usually very often a negative thing around exercise. I personally really love exercise, but to be fair, you know, sometimes I struggle to motivate myself. I'm usually, you know, I do it in the morning. So morning is a good way to do exercise. So it's done, right? I tried it in the evening, never lasted. Make it simple, make it adapted, obviously, to where you're at. If you are heavily overweight, you cannot, you know, do a full exercise routine. You might want to start very slowly. I had one client, she could hardly walk. She started off with just going 5 meters out of her door. Eventually, she went all the driveway up and down, right, which was, I think, a bigger driveway. Eventually, then later, she went around the block, right? It was over several months, right? But we had to start somewhere with her. Combine exercise or combine fun with your exercise. What I mean by that is if you have a treadmill at home or a stationary bicycle, put on your favorite TV show, right? And watch it, and then you just, you know, do whatever you need to do there, right? Your treadmill or you pedal or whatever it is. So combine something that you can do. Then find some little sneaky little things how you can implement exercise. Park the car a little bit further down, take the stairs instead of the lift or whatever it is, right? Have some fun with it. Exercise doesn't need to be boring. Pity I cannot show it to you, but I have a rebounder here. I bought myself, rather no, I got it for my kids. I put it on my Christmas list last year, and my kids got me a rebounder. So I now do 1 or 2 times per week, I do a rebounder class, and it's fun, and it's good, by the way, for your lymph and all that. I mean, so much benefit. But even if it's just like 5 minutes, jumping on a rebounder is fun. Put like really nice music on in your ears, you know, some funky music, whatever you like. I don't know if it's ABBA or I Love Queen or whatever it is, and just dance, you know. And speaking of dancing, just dance, right? Dancing is exercise. Walking, of course, walking with your loved one is exercise. Playing with your child or grandchild is exercise. Find some funny excuses. So this is all about exercise. So again, write down what is the one habit that you can implement around exercise. What are you ready to do? And commit to it. Use the tracker again, write it down how you feel, and then build on it, right? That's all. Shame. Good, great. Now, I want to share 10 tips to make your habit really successful. So first of all, you want to focus on one habit only, right? Today, I do know we spoke about several. Of course, you can have, you know, several areas or so that you want to go in. Give me 1 second. I have a cat that's meowing. Give me 1 second. Oh, my cat hasn't seen me in a week. So, no, not in a week, but 3 days. So I have to let him in. So focus on one habit. Next one is commit for a minimum of 30 days, right? It takes time to form new habits. So you definitely want to commit for some while on this new habit. So that's really, really important. Second here. Then the next one is you want, oops, why is this not working? Now we are. You anchor, and I mentioned this already, anchor the new habit to an old habit, right? We had that already. So super important here that you want to do that. Take baby steps. Like I said, tiny steps is really what's here all important and what really counts here. Make a plan for obstacles. Now, Gloria mentioned earlier that, you know, her work schedule is different, right? So you want definitely to make, oops, sorry. Okay, I think my computer doesn't like, there's too much happening here. Let's see if that works. Can you still see me and hear me? Yeah, I think so. I hope so. Take baby steps, make a plan for obstacles. So when you have things that are happening, you know, you always have a plan B. So planning is really important, and making sure that you plan in advance, even if things might go a little bit different. And then, of course, create accountability. So either get an accountability partner. So I love that Jackie and Janet are here together, so they can hold each other accountable, right, on whatever they decide. Maybe Gloria, Vicky, or any other person watching here wants to get an accountability partner, or you want to get a coach, right, as well. And I'm very happy, obviously, to be here for you if you want that. Rewards is really important. So we spoke about immediate rewards, but you also want to reward your milestones, right? So, and it's not only that you want to reward, you don't want to reward having lost, let's say if it's weight loss that you want, that you lost 5 pounds. You want to reward that you've done the habit every day, right? So you want to reward consistency of the habit, because weight is not something you can control, but your habits you can. So you want to reward good behavior. Build a new identity. Super important as well, that you want to visualize yourself as the person you want to become. So if you want to become, you know, a super organized person, super productive, you know, always, you know, be well dressed, or you know, show up, or whatever, you want to act as if you are that person. So you want to visualize that person. You want to surround yourself with people who are there already, and really envelope yourself with that person in your mind. So think always, what would this person, my future self, do right now? How would she show up? How would she act? What would she eat? Would she drink water? What habits would she do? How would she do that? And so on. Very powerful as well. So that's basically about, you know, some additional tips here that help you. So I would love to know what is something, maybe a takeaway, something you really liked here. Share this. And if you don't know where to start with these habits, then I have 2 surprises for you. The first one is here, and the second one, you have to give me a moment, because I'm going to share with you something really, really exciting, actually. So the first one is that I'm offering you a free food freedom consultation. Basically, it's a consultation with me one-on-one that where I can help you to build new habits or get clearer on your goals, help you to overcome your struggles, whatever the struggles are that maybe you had in the past, you know, getting to your goals. Set up an action step, or an action plan rather, that is built for you, because obviously today I'm speaking, you know, to several people, but you might have some, you know, specific things. So basically you can, you're able to sign up for that, and I will share the link with you just now. Give me just a second here, let me grab that. So you can book the session with me, and then we can go deep in and see how we can get you to your goals, to getting, you know, to put a habit plan, action plan together. And of course, if you're interested in also getting my help, we can always discuss that personally, right? So Jackie says the better word for me is movement. I don't love exercise. Okay, and Jackie, okay, Gloria also. So definitely something maybe, you know, to work a little bit more an action plan around exercise. But remember, and that's why I'm so passionate about eating or nutrition, is it's really about the 5-step system, right? And it's really important that you get clear on not only like exercise, but also the nutrition part, right? Nutrition is actually 80%. So today I shared with you mostly, or only actually all around habits. And I told you earlier in the beginning of our masterclass is that the way I'm working with clients and the way I've seen them being successful, right, is really by a combination of 5 very distinct steps that are working really very well together. And I will share them. It's basically called my food freedom formula. And in that food freedom formula is where I have the first step, which is recognize the root cause, is really getting clear about the root cause of why you're struggling with your health issues or with losing weight, or why you are, always having cravings or have emotional eating or whatever it is. So first of all, we want to recognize the root cause. We want then to allow the body actually to reset itself. Very often the body is not able to heal and is kind of blocked. You can imagine that like a pipe in your house that's blocked. And your liver, for example, is one of those organs. When there are too many toxins built up in your liver, it's kind of blocked. And then you can do anything you want. You're not going to lose weight or become healthy, right? Because your liver is a very important organ, as you probably know. And for example, if that is not working, then, you can eat the healthy food or whatever it is, and it's not going to work. It might be a reason that, and I go back to the root cause, is that, for example, you have a food intolerance. And if you continue eating that food, your inflammation levels go up because, your body gets like a foreign toxin basically in as well, things like gluten, dairy, but even healthy things. And then also you have that inflammation. And when the body is an inflammatory level, then it puts on fat to protect itself, right? So we want also to reset the body of that, right? And then once the body is reset, we then can actually repair the root cause. Like I mentioned earlier, once we know the root cause, the body is ready to heal, we can repair the root cause. And then after, we usually start with the habits. I shared everything about the habits. I will not go any more in, but really through accountability is what I found the most important to go or to help with implementing habits. And we do that in our group coaching program, even in other programs, is really to go around implementing those habits. We have a food tracker in our group coaching program, so we give feedback to our clients. We have daily and weekly check-ins where we keep them really, on par there to keep up, like, what we say today, to implement these. And then the last but not least, and for me, that's the most important of the food freedom formula, which helps my clients to lose weight, to get to their goals, stay there, have a transformation, is to rewire the mindset. Now, the mindset is something I can do a full masterclass on that. Maybe I do it very soon. Because if you have a self-sabotage, if you're relying on willpower, if you have maybe some trauma, or if you are struggling, with beliefs, limiting beliefs, you're not worthy, you're not valuable, you will never get there. I have some clients who have been told, oh, in our family, everybody is fat. Or, the parents told them, oh, but, like, I don't know, little fatty or something like that, and it is that our subconscious level is, or has taken over these ideas and making them the truth. But it's of course not the truth, right? It's a belief. But the subconscious is so strong. And that is very often what is holding us back actually from getting there. again, even if you do the right thing, if your belief, if your mindset is not there, then you're gonna struggle. And that is really those 5 steps I mentioned is what really allows my clients to be so successful. And that is also one of the things that I have in my End Emotional Eating group coaching program that I would love to share with you here a little bit more. So if you're interested in going deeper into that, if you really want to, implement the habits we talked today and also get, combine them with the 5 steps I mentioned here earlier, that is really where you would maybe want to join. And I have had this group coaching program now over 2 years that I've been running it. And I have really had amazing success because not only you get group coaching, you get also one-on-one coaching and a really great support of a group. Just, we see Jackie and Janet here today, supporting each other. That's really nice. You see it already, Gloria, I'm sure found helpful, being, having the similar issues as Jackie wrote or so, that is really about it. So it's, I will share the link, of course. Let me just get you that. You are fast, Gloria. So I will share you the link already, but I, because I have a really very interesting offer there. So don't go all in because you want definitely to hear me out here if you're interested. I literally just got a new client earlier, by the way. I just opened up again here. So you have the link to join. I will tell you a little bit about it, and then I have, as I said, a really, really great bonus for you and a super offer that I will share with you as well. So this program is for you, of course, if it's an End Emotional Eating. So basically the clients who are in there, it's only for women. Most of the women are sort of between 30 and 50-ish, somewhere 60 maybe, in this area. It is for busy women. Most of my clients are busy, struggle, to juggle everything and stay, lose weight. They struggle usually with emotional eating, cravings, and usually some sort of chronic condition that might be related to all this. Some have hormonal issues or hormonal imbalance. Some have thyroid issues. Some have diabetes or have blood sugar or blood pressure, sorry. So it depends, but it's really around implementing healthy habits, getting at the root cause, improving all these areas, getting a lot of support and going into the mindset and overcoming all the areas that people are struggling with, such as overwhelm, stress, mood swings, weight issues, chronic health issues, tiredness, low energy, guilt, feeling out of control, feeling overwhelmed with food thoughts. Most people come to me and they say, oh, I only think about food, so it's really not good. They don't enjoy that anymore. So definitely something, is that something that you are, if you are in this category, definitely you want to consider it. And the results you can expect joining this program is obviously depends. I mean, I never can guarantee any results, but I mentioned that most clients who work with me and in this program have lost, provided they want to lose that amount of weight, between 20 to 50 pounds in 6 months. The program, by the way, is a 6 months program. I don't do short-term programs. I believe it takes time to find the root cause. It takes time to obviously address it and repair it. It takes time to implement healthy habits, and your mindset is not a quick fix, right? And that's what makes me probably in this program different to others, because usually most others are just like, here's a diet and do that, and it doesn't work, right? And if you are like many of other people who come and see me, you have tried diet after diet and probably struggled with this. So you get a lot of results in there. And I just want to share Dana's story here with you. You can read it. Let me actually get there. So she says, I'm so blessed to have found Andrea. I couldn't have asked for a more perfect soul to help me find a path on a lifelong journey of health. Now, Dana, I don't want to read you all this, you can read it on your time. But Dana, she, working with me, she lost over 50 pounds. But she worked six months, approximately 6 months with me. But she more importantly, she found really what I call food freedom. She was really, she had a very bad relationship with food and herself. She had trauma in her childhood, and she definitely improved that. And for me, that's even a better thing. And I see that often, that clients usually come to see me and work with me for weight issues, but then they get so much more out of it. So that's one of the things that can help you. Now, let me tell you a little bit what you get in my group coaching program. So first of all, I have a monthly group coaching session, which you get. So you get one monthly group session, which is within a group. I coach everybody on it. You can bring your question, and I always go in those different areas that I mentioned. So the root causes, the habits, the mindset, etc. And each session is different and highly personalized. Every other 2 weeks, so basically with the normally, so 2 times per month we have sessions. So one is the group coaching session, and one alternate session is a meal prep and meal planning session, which is usually with one of my coaches, Christy, and that is all around meal prepping and meal planning and recipes. So if you struggle to plan your meals, or if you don't know what to prep and how to make it easy, if you need recipe ideas, or like today, she did one just today actually. She spoke a little bit about Thanksgiving ideas, right? Ideas how to eat healthy during Thanksgiving, which obviously is difficult for many. So, we make it each time different. Again, you can bring your question and you have that as well. You have unlimited digital coaching. So we have a platform we are using, and basically there you get accountability tracking. You can do the food tracking. We give you feedback. We do daily and weekly tracking and ask you for feedback and all that. So you have all that in there. You get also access to the heart of it, which is a self-study program, which is really great. Basically, I put all the information I have from my one-on-one clients, I put that into that program. You get a module every 2 weeks, and in the module you have videos and resources, workbooks, etc., and obviously lots of education. And basically I teach you all the things that I probably know about nutrition and how to improve the different areas of your life. We spoke about digestive health. We spoke about hormonal health, how to improve your stress, tips on sleep, goal planning, goal setting, meal planning, meal prepping, portion sizes, cravings, what to do when you crave, what to do when you are an emotional eater, exercise, and so on and so on. Jam-packed, and you basically can do that in your own time. So you can have the really great benefit of this, of having the basically me at your own time, right? And you can follow that additionally to that and choose what you want. And then you have also the 10-day reset diet, which is basically helping to get rid of toxins that I mentioned earlier. You get that as a bonus. So the total value is well over $5,000. And the normal investment for that program, it's, as I said, it's a 6-month program, is $2,497, or you can have a 6-monthly payment plan. You would pay $497 per month. But I have a surprise for you. So you want to check this out. And by the way, there will, if you are already on the website and you're ready to sign up, you want to wait for my code. Just saying that. I know Gloria, she wanted to check it out. So if you are thinking of signing up, then just wait for my coupon code. So you get that special price. So first of all, what you get with if you join today. So this is really for those who join on the call today, right? And I leave it on for today, but you definitely want to make it a quick decision. You want basically, you get 2 sessions. So first of all, I always like to personalize the way I'm working with my clients. And so I threw into this group coaching program something I normally use only for my one-on-one clients. And that is basically a assessment session or an assessment pack. And what is that? That before even starting to work, we send you a very thorough health assessment. We ask you to fill that in, plus a 3-day food journal. We analyze it and we prepare from there a personalized protocol, which basically is your blueprint on your 6 months journey, and allows us to personalize our group coaching sessions more, and of course allows you to know where you have to go, right, to be on track. So really great. It's a really great bonus. And then also you get a one-on-one meal prep or meal planning session with Christy, which is not the monthly one, it's a one-on-one. The monthly one is in a group. So this is really something where we can put a meal plan for you together, or meal prep, or help you, to put something personalized together, whatever it is. And additionally, you've seen it probably in meanwhile. So instead of the initial price I mentioned, you get a huge discount. And you get basically, if you want to pay upfront, instead of $2,497, you get it for $1,497. So it's $1,000 off. Or this 6 months payment plan, you get, instead of $497 per month, it's only $297 per month. You have the link, and if you are ready to sign up, then I will also give you the code. And just think, type that in. So basically, if you are ready to sign up, and I would love to know who is ready to sign up. If you're ready to sign up, then basically once you go on, basically you have the page, you have either on top, you have a button, or you can scroll all the way almost down and you have the 2 payment options. You click on the payment option of your choice, you choose whatever you want, and then you have the price I initially mentioned, and there is a coupon field where it says put your coupon in. You put fast action group. I put it in the chat, all in one word, all lowercase, fast action group. You put that in the coupon and you make sure you click the tick next to it, and it will take off magically the money, the difference basically. One of those things I love actually, because I wish I could have that more when I go shopping online, right? I really like that. So magically, you get really a great discount. And yes, and that's basically my group coaching program. So I want to know if you have any questions. And either about the group coaching program, of course, if you have about the habits, any other questions, then let me know as well. But I just want to open up, and I just want actually to stop sharing here. So I can go back here fully, and you can see my beautiful face. So if you have any questions, either tap it here, write it in the chat, or if you want, I can also unmute you. Up to you. Where is my chat gone? Oh, there you are. Okay, great. Sorry for that. Great. So I would love to know how did that go? Jackie and Janet, maybe you want just to let me know, how did that go?
Very insightful.
It was very insightful, very interesting, very helpful.
Great, thank you. What is the biggest insight you got, Jackie?
I think it's about changing the brain and associating a reward and putting the serotonin in the, healthy action, or instead of the other way. Because mine is just, my mood just fails, and then sugar is the only thing,
Absolutely, absolutely. That sounds great. So, and Janet, for you?
Well, I had just started swimming again, so I need to continue that habit, because I get home and I'm like, oh, I hated that, but I need to exercise. So I like swimming better than walking or running. So I gotta just continue. So I started this week, and now I need to make it a daily habit.
Oh, great. Gloria, sorry, I'm just interrupting. Gloria, I don't know if you can talk. Otherwise, if you have any question or you want to share, maybe you take away in the chat, let me know. So what is, Janet and Jackie, for you? Do you have any questions?
I don't think so. No question.
Great. You've been well, Jackie?
Oh, pretty well. Everything in the world has changed for me since I talked to you last, but it's all good.
Isn't it right? I know, absolutely. Great, super. Good. Let me see if Gloria has any question, and otherwise we can wrap up and we can all go on our day. I really loved, oops. What happened here? Ah, there you are. Okay, I thought I really loved today. The interaction here was really fun. It was a small little masterclass, which I like. I like them far more when they're small than when they're so big. But I think I let you go. So I do hope I will welcome you in my group coaching. Check it out. I've just started kind of a new, I've recently had a couple of, or several clients actually join. So it's really a great moment to join, and especially with this pricing, I'm sure you would enjoy that. Thank you so much for attending. And yes, if any other question, also remember you also have the one-on-one session if you would like that. So if you want me maybe to meet with you one-on-one and go a little bit more into detail on seeing how I can help you and what you need, also feel free, and remember you have the link there. Thank you so much, everyone. And I see you. I'm sure I make this soon again. Take care. Bye.